Hi, welcome back to Gotta Be Me podcast. We're so happy to be here again with you today. We're your hosts. My name is Sophia Benyon, and these are my cousins. This is my sister, Camille Benyon, and my cousin, Payton Benyon.
Welcome back to our channel, everybody. If you're new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We will appreciate it so very much.
Almost exactly 1 year ago, the three of us got on and did our first podcast together. Since then, we've done several together.
Rue the day.
You do not rue the day. Stop. Everybody loved it when we brought Camille on. And then we really like bringing her on for interviews because she just adds another dimension that we really enjoy. But it's like pulling teeth to get her on here sometimes. Like we have to beg and plead and promise and give up things and we'll serve you forever, cherry on top sort of thing. But she comes and we love it. And we need to record this one now, a year later. We want to celebrate, the year that we did it. But also, we have now been living together about 2 years, but I'm moving out, and Peyton's going back to Chicago,
and they're leaving me all alone like they always do.
We're breaking up.
Always is crazy.
Look, they even got pink dresses without me.
She loves it.
What did I say?
You're glad.
Thirdwheel.com.
We're back to that.
I can't
Back
believe
to
we're having this
square two.
Just
conversation.
saying, everything makes a full circle.
That's not what we were saying. What we were saying is we're all moving out, so our dynamic is about to change.
And we're trying to say, never mind, nothing. I'm not trying to say anything. Because we're all moving out, going together.
What? You should say things.
I'm gonna.
Okay, she's going to. What I was saying was that, it changed our dynamic a lot to live together. Obviously, like, we knew each other. We were cousins and sisters growing up. But then the three of us living together for 2 years, it feels like we got to know each other way better. We got way more connected to one another. We found out how we worked together. And now it's going to change again. And it's going to be interesting. And,
They're going to miss it even more than I do watch.
I'm going to miss it the most. I already know. Like, even though I'm the one getting married and that's going to be my best life, I still am going to miss it the most because I'm the most, like...
It's the best, honestly. There's nothing better.
Well, yeah, we were just talking on a Zoom call with someone today about like our dynamics and how they work, and she was like, "How is it living like next to our family?" I was like, "It's literally my best life, like living all together." I think what like sticks out to me the most is like I probably laughed more in these 2 years than I've laughed in my entire life.
Like
period.
Put together, put all the other years of my life together.
When I was 9 years old and laughed at everything. Like more because we stay up till all hours of the night doing it.
Like we laughed all day and all night, and then we got up and did it again.
Pretty much.
Like, and there's a certain laugh that I don't laugh around anybody but Camille and Payton, and I don't do it on purpose. But they're that funny
it
to me.
Comes
Like
out of your soul.
The fun, like us being together is that funny to me.
It
comes from the depths of my soul.
Yeah. It's because it's like you just live with each other. It's like you're. Never mind.
It's like you're inside of each other's heads.
It's like fermented, okay? Because it's like so long. And it's literally like fermented and bubbling because you're just with each other all day. You see every single thing that each other sees.
Every cross-reference.
Yes, every reference. You don't even have to have full conversations because as soon as there's something happens, we all know what the other two are thinking.
It's actually sometimes, me and Camille talk about it, it's bad for our communication skills because like
we're not even forced to
explain ourselves.
Hey, remember, and you're like, oh yeah.
And it's like, I know what it is,
You're like jumping
and you
around.
forget that you're not actually funny, And you walk around somewhere else and you're like, and you're like, never mind,
like nobody even knows what you're saying.
No one even knows.
Just because the three of us left.
Well, how would you explain all three of our roles in this sort of a trio? Like, what do each of us feel?
Let's do Sophia first.
Okay, go ahead.
Sophia's the oldest, and she like embraces the oldest mentality and role. Like she's such a mom.
It like potentially gives me a little bit of an identity crisis because really I'm the oldest, but I'm like the baby of this.
You're the oldest in your family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest in my family, but the youngest of this.
Well, that also kind of creates an interesting dynamic because they're both oldest children. But I'm older than Peyton, but I'm not an oldest child by any means. I don't act like an oldest child.
Yeah, so Sophia is for sure, as you're saying, like the most motherly.
We call her a whole mom.
Yeah.
Because basically that's what she is.
Like, why does it have to be a whole mom, I don't even know about that.
It's the, like, totality. It's, like, the pinnacle, the height.
Yeah, I was trying to think of synonyms, but it's not working.
That's why she sounds smart now, because she had synonyms.
Yeah,
no, but she's also, like, even how she is in the podcast, like, how she's very enthusiastic and just a dynamic, like, type of person and presentation. Like, that's how she is kind of I would say, in our relationship too. Like,
and I would think, like, even you would see this in the podcast, like, in like a way of nurturing or like gathering things together. Like, you might see me pop off and say something. I'm like, ah! And then Sophia would be like, wonderful. So what we were saying was, and it's just constant. Like, and I think it makes me and Camille feel very comfortable to express like whatever we want to express at any given time, because we know Sophia will like.
And it's like sometimes we say stuff for shock value. It feels like, but what? And we're like, no, we said it because we knew you would bring it into perspective and you would fix it up and make it what we meant for it to be. And she's very nurturing too. You know, like she tries to take whatever's inside of people and like exponentiate it, you know, like take what you have and help it come to fruition, I guess. Yeah, you know, she's the mother type of thing, you know.
What I really feel like is that I try to have ideas and Camille and Payton shut them down a lot. Every single morning that I come into the bathroom and you two are already in there doing your hair, I try to say something and y'all say, nah!
Because we just woke up. That's why.
Okay, well,
we just woke up.
That's true, a little bit. See? But not real idea. I have a bite. Sorry. That was really distracting. It's okay.
We wouldn't shut it down if you wouldn't tell us at 6 o'clock when we were doing our hair for the day.
Me and Camille are really, really bad morning people, I would say. Very silent, mad morning people.
Yeah, but all of a sudden you jump up to say something. When I try to have something, and I'm just trying to say a nice thing, and y'all say, there's no way that could be true. And like, it feels very personal because I'm like, I wasn't even like.
We probably feel attacked or something. Subconsciously.
Why did you feel attacked?
I don't know, because like maybe you think that you're like you could come across maybe as a person that thinks that you're right no matter what, and so we probably
I do.
We probably hear you.
We feel like we need to debunk that notion at all times, maybe like.
And like when you say it, we're already like, well, she just thinks she's right, so let's just say she's wrong because like that's what sisters and cousins do.
I was like low key like 2 weeks ago. I was like low key getting offended. Like I wasn't really saying it. I really was.
If it comes down to a fight, like a verbal fight, it's probably gonna be me and Camille against Sophia. If it's a verbal fight,
most likely because Sophia can stand on her own.
That's why I'm actually the third wheel. I'm just throwing that out there.
You just can't handle your own, and you're like you get so emphatic about it. It's like, what in the world? That's not true. What made you think it's true?
I do not get emphatic out of nowhere.
Right. You think you're right just because you're the oldest or something, like, and you've always been right, and you've always been able to force that up on other people. So,
which is why I have a podcast. Now, I just want to force I'm joking.
Well, I'm just saying, now that we're 20 and 21, we're like, hang on. We don't necessarily have to think it's true just because Sophia did, because growing up, I kind of just thought like, oh, Sophia said it, that's true, like, let's go, I don't care. And kind of just like, I didn't think on my own, and now I'm trying to think on my own. So it might just be an inward battle with myself. It's nothing wrong with you.
I feel like that's only like 50%.
I'm going to say that because I don't want your audience to get mad at me. She's not the one that's off. Sorry.
No, I think that's valid, like at least to some extent. But like I just get like a little bit sad sometimes because it's always.
We see you. Me and Camille have conferences about it.
She's getting sad,
and then we're like, we think we reach back into our brains that don't ever like we don't like. Okay, like Sophia like kind of thinks of nice things to do. She never remembers to do them, but she thinks of nice things to do all the time. Me and Camille like
we so suddenly think of nice things that when we think of them, we do them.
We're like. What can we do to repent of our evil deeds?
Ooh, but I'm getting emotional. That's crazy.
Because it's our last podcast. Actually, this is so sad. That's sad. Me and Camille like, what's up? Crying. It's so sad. Okay, I'm gonna weep and wail on the wedding day, though. I think.
You want to know something?
I'm gonna cry my head.
I haven't told anybody this. Last night, I started feeling really emotional about Sophia getting married. And my dad was playing the drums. He's always playing the drums, always. And I was like, Dad, you need to stop playing the drums so you can give me a hug because I'm feeling sad. So I got him up off the drums. I said, please, I just need a hug from my dad.
From my dad?
From my dad. Okay, We don't even let each
Can I
other
just
talk.
have a hug? And so I gave him a hug, and then I got way more emotional and I started crying. And that's a very big secret because I never cry. So please don't tell anyone. I'm very sad that I told you.
We're only
all,
saying this on camera, but please don't tell anyone.
I really did. And probably, hopefully, I don't cry again.
Whew.
It's just, I'm a girl. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. We have such a joke about that.
It's all good. It was funny.
Me too. I cried.
When?
The other day. I feel like
I tell your story.
It's not sorry. I just started thinking about it, and it just made me start crying.
It's super sad. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this was not supposed to be a sad podcast.
It was not at all.
It's supposed to be a rejoicing podcast.
Okay, but literally, it really was like the best 2 years of my life. So it's like a good ending because getting married is super exciting, but it's also pretty sad.
Yeah. Ooh, Abraham. Ooh.
But we're still going to keep podcasting. Like, it's not like it's over, whatever. It's just the moving out. It's just going to be
No, it's actually it's good. Like, I think we need a new phase of life.
We need
There's a path that is
grow,
changing.
right?
We have
to change.
We have to move on.
We were starting to get, like...
like...
And I think you have to... Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I'm
Don't
saying
say
such a
inbreeding.
boring
That
thing. I know,
was
but
super weird.
Super weird for
Your
your thoughts get inbred.
Yeah, it does.
I know what you meant.
They
And
start
I think-
having like 10 fingers on one
And
hand.
you start depending on each other too much for like a certain perspective when you just need to branch your own self out. And I think I have to kind of not be alone, but I might have to like step away in order for myself to grow up. And probably the same with them too. So
Yeah, it'll be
all
good for
good.
us. It'll be very good for us.
What about Camille's role?
Camille keeps us very realistic. Like, me and Peyton like to say what if a lot, and Camille says not what if, no what if. There is no what if. There just is. There's what there is. So be real about it, and don't get like too excited, and don't get your hopes up too high, because we have to actually deal with things. We have to actually get things done. We have to actually accomplish something. We have places to go and things to do. And if you're always talking about what if, we'll never do it.
I sound like a boring individual.
No, you don't.
It's okay.
No. Camille loves to
I
laugh.
think
She laughs her head off.
She really
Like,
Which
literally
means
her.
not boring.
Well, your head pretty much almost comes off when you laugh.
Okay.
You put it all the way back. You open your mouth all the way up. There's like very little left of your head that I can even see when you start laughing. You're not laughing how you laugh when you laugh. She did a demure little. That's not real.
Because my mouth is huge, and if it's open all the way, it's scary.
One time we made faces to the camera and we measured Camille's mouth. Okay, it was open all the way.
It was, listen.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. We drew a line that was like halfway across her face.
Half of her face. Okay, which
No, you can't. Now she's covering it.
I don't want to know. I would say she also remains like very consistent throughout life. Like very consistent. She makes sure we keep going to the gym, and that our health is on point.
Like we said, Camille adores the gym. Is that what we said? Peyton loves the gym and I like the gym or something. It's like in increments like that. Yeah, and Camille does the best at like getting up at the same time every day, or like going to the gym every day, having a testimony every testimony service, like that, just like consistency. It's very strong. And then helping us be consistent, mostly by like looking at us like we're stupid if we don't, giving us the side eye, rolling her eyes. But it helps, we need it. It's funny because Camille channels all negative emotion into anger.
Yeah,
Like-
that's very true.
Like if it is a negative, like either she's happy or she's angry, nothing else.
Pretty much. And it's interesting to like we all know like what triggers it, right? It's like
By now.
we like say something and we're like, that was the end of Happy Camille. Here comes the Hulk Camille.
Here comes the Hulk Camille. She's about to pop out.
Yeah.
But
usually okay, either we're gonna make you laugh, okay, which is like there is nothing better in my life than making angry Camille laugh. It is so rewarding.
It is extremely
Deeping in the corner, and then she cannot help but laugh.
I used to love that when I was younger. Like,
you grew out of that.
I can't do it anymore. I lost my touch. Payton took over or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that is one of my best lives. Or she just works out, goes somewhere else, leaves. You gotta leave, right? She gotta leave, remove herself from the elements that she was in, and come back.
It actually makes our relationship better when Camille goes away for a week.
Yeah.
Even a day makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay. That was
the forces.
Let's talk about Payton.
We can talk about Payton.
It's interesting because Camille and her sister, so we've always lived together.
Yeah.
But when we moved in, the three of us together, me and Camille hadn't been together for about 4 years.
And me and Camille had.
Yeah, we had been together for like a year and a half.
And then we were apart all three of us were apart. Like
because of our mission
fields. Which is actually, I literally forgot that all three of us were apart at
for a while. Like there was a time
in our life. Like what time was that? We didn't see each other.
I don't remember it barely. But so that makes it interesting, like the third dimension to her.
I'd say Payton is a wonder, kind of. She's always thinking about the what ifs, like Sophia said, but like
more than
even
me.
more than
Way
Sophia.
more than me.
Which is like, it takes her mind to very far away, interesting places. Like, you don't really have any dull moments with Payton because she's always thinking about something could be or is or why it is or how it is. And it's interesting, like I could sit and like Payton will always ask me, do you think this? Do you think that? And it used to annoy me when I was younger and I didn't want to think, but I've learned to really enjoy it because I'm like, hey, that's an interesting thought. And then we can like break it down together, or all three of us have our different perspectives.
Unfortunately, at like 2 a.m., it's like...
Bro, she talks herself to sleep, okay?
Oh,
so Camille falls asleep first every time. And then there's me, okay? And I'm like trying to engage with Payton. I'm doing my best. Sometimes we're both like chatting it up. Like we're both going. But I normally quit first, okay? Wouldn't you say? And then Payton will talk to her own self and like get slower and slower until she falls asleep. That's how much she likes to just like wander in her mind. Payton also, I would say, is the funny one. Like not that Camille's never funny or whatever.
Payton always has a very just a funny comment. Like
random podcast though.
No, but in real life,
it's funny because on the podcast it's different. Camille's the funny one.
That's true.
And we interact differently. I would say like generally you're the funny one on the podcast.
You're gonna be more like making jokes and things like that.
Probably because I'm uncomfortable the most. I don't know.
I don't know, but Payton is like super funny. Like there almost isn't a day or mood that I'm in that she can't make me laugh.
It's funny because I was talking to my dad one time. I was like, Dad, who is the funniest person to you? Like, who makes you laugh the hardest? He's like, that's a good question. He's like, I would have to say your Uncle Byron, which is Peyton's dad. I was like, are you serious? Me too. Payton makes me laugh the hardest out of anyone in the world.
Super funny.
Like, I don't know. It's not like she's super like... It's not even like jokes. It's just like, I don't know.
Like she's just funny.
The things she says or how she says it, and she has very big eyes, so it's very expressive. She carries a lot of expression in her eyes.
Can we talk about how she wakes up every morning? not just every morning, every day. Listen to me.
Not just every morning, every day is unnecessary.
What I'm trying to say is every single time Payton wakes up, you know how people wake up, they're asleep, their eyes are closed.
This is so
You
rude.
open your eyes slowly, you rub your eyes, you roll over,
you sit up.
There's a process. There's a whole process to waking up. Not Payton. Not at all. Payton, every single time she sleeps, goes from dead asleep to... This is how she wakes up every morning. Every time, for no reason. Me and Camille get low-key irate because why did you have to get up that hard?
Well, and she sleeps with her eyes open, so that's
which is already kind of scary.
Okay, not that much.
Sorry, cut it out. You get up.
But I'm saying, like, she wakes up so hard every day and sits straight up, opens her eyes all the way.
I think she's like doing lots of things in her sleep, maybe like talking to people, figuring things out.
This is making
the problems of the world, philosophizing with Aristotle in some
I'm always just scared.
Like, past world.
Socrates,
I feel like she reaches back
Plato, pretty much.
ancient history, and she
is
writing scripts, writing.
So like when she wakes up, it's like a time travel from like
right, and so she it's
5,000 years ago.
It's like
the present.
Yeah,
this story
she's like
is
in a
not
time
giving.
capsule,
She wakes up,
and whenever she like enters our atmosphere, it's like bam.
And that's why she wakes up like that. I think so.
We'll figure it out.
You know what? I think the wandering part of her mind is part of what makes her so funny because she's always like somewhere else, and then she'll just like say something from somewhere else, and we're like, we have no idea where that came from, but that was hilarious inside of this context.
It's actually a problem because I like talk so slow too. It's like,
but like
that adds to it.
But it's interesting, so people are here for it. You know what I mean? Like you can't talk slow and be boring, but you talk slow and are not boring. So
we really enjoy it when we get into a moral, philosophical, or theological discussion with each other too. Like. There's a part of us all that really likes to think and talk about.
That's when we can have a three-way conversation. A lot of times it's 2-on-1, and even though generally, like, if it's a fight, I'm probably gonna like side with Camille at least slightly. Even though sometimes I do side with Sophia, and then Camille is
not
like,
really, but okay.
Actually, whenever me and Camille get sided against, we get so offended. I get so offended if Sophia and Camille disagree with me together. I get so offended.
That's because it never happens to you. It never happens.
My life is over. So, like, we get so offended. But I think whenever we have, like, a conversation about moral, philosophical, something like that, that's when we all three, like, add something. And it feels like we're actually, like, building a conversation that ends up being something super powerful.
And again, that was part of what made us think maybe we could have a podcast, because we enjoyed our own conversations so much, and our conversations helped us arrive at conclusions. Like, we weren't just like talking into the air. It was like, okay, if that means that, then that means that, and the other person added that, and it was like, oh, this is turning into something.
And somehow, even though we've been around each other so much, and like Payton said, maybe our thoughts have been a little inbred, we each have a strong enough personality that we each have our own extremely different opinions and perspectives about
and ways of
things.
Approaching a thought,
and we're not scared to challenge each other's approaches at all.
That's interesting too. We've been able to speak the same language. Like, I think we've created our own unique language that, like, only we speak. But I don't think we've ever meshed our personalities together. Like, we've kept our own
very strongly.
Which we all have.
I think we've struggled at times to do that, but I think in the past year we've been able to define it a lot better.
Sometimes it can be confusing because, like, you do things together that you really enjoy, and you don't realize, like, by myself, I would never do this. You know,
I think that's like that with anything, really.
Probably so.
This is a crazy thing about me, but, like, I really, really struggle to, like, find new music that I like. I like new music that Camille and Payton find, and I don't even know.
Me and Payton get like really irritated sometimes at Sophia's music sometimes, because, like, I don't know. Sophia's music tastes are very broad. She likes everything. Like, she'll listen to country, hip hop,
musical tracks,
R&B, like contemporary, like anything.
Ooh, CCM is the worst. I'm gonna go ahead and say.
I don't really get into CCM.
Really?
Me and Payton will go just vibe to R&B all day, or hip hop, like, or jazz, but like. Country, gospel. I love gospel.
Gospel is something we all three will never not.
We'll always like it. We were raised on gospel.
Although when me and Sophia are by ourselves without Camille, we will pull out the country music that we like.
And pop.
We will pull out the pop music that we like. And the three of us probably listen to the same rock songs that we listen to.
We have 5 or 10.
5 or 10 classics that we.
If it's just me, Payton, R&B, like, steadily.
Yes. What did we listen to? And melancholy stuff, okay? Me and
so
Camille
dig
ourselves into a tunnel of melancholiness that is so hard to be retrieved from. What do we listen to? What's that Charlie Puth and Boyz II Men song?
If You Leave Me Now.
Oh, If You Leave Me Now. We'll listen to it on repeat. Like, for what? For why?
Just to feel it.
Just to have sad feelings. It feels good.
What do you mean you
I have no understanding of that. Like, when
that's because,
as you all can already see, I cry way too easily. So I'm not trying to go looking for, like, sad emotional. Like, their friend, one of our friends the other day recommended a sad movie to them. They jumped up and watched it as fast as they could.
I don't know, something
like
about it.
I avoid sad movies.
I have a hard time connecting to my feelings and my emotions, but if I can trigger it somehow with something, it feels good. Like, it feels like
a good release.
Yeah.
Okay, but Camille, like, cries on every single football movie she ever
loves
watches.
things. Camille cries on things
on
like,
victory,
listen, on things that are glorious
and victorious
and glorious and victorious.
I was listening to a clip. I was not even watching anything. I was listening to a clip of a football game, and I was driving, and all of a sudden I started tearing up. I was like, "What is happening?" And then I realized, like, it was like in the heat of the game. There was like the points were close. I was like, "This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous."
What kind of things make you cry, Payton?
I don't know.
Well, you like those same sad. You like sad things, like just all the way.
I like sad things.
Sad love stories. People that never find their lover again.
That's what makes Payton cry.
That's what makes Payton cry.
I booed I was like, Camille! Camille was laughing so hard. I was like, I can't help it! Like, it was a terrible, terrible sad movie where, like, everybody died that wasn't supposed to.
And best believe I was not even in the room. Like, I am not trying to.
I told Sophia about it. I forced her to listen to it, which she's fine. She forces us to watch Stitch.
They need to see Stitch. Come on. If you haven't seen Stitch, you have to see Stitch.
We saw Stitch. So
and we're literal teachers. You need to see what, because do you know how many weeks I begged y'all to watch Stitch? Months. How many times I said, do you want to watch Stitch?
We've been?
How many? Anybody want to watch Stitch? Anybody want to watch Stitch? You want to watch Stitch? You want to watch Stitch? I felt like a broken record. Yeah, I was getting proud. Okay, I was getting proud. I'm like, I have never asked them to watch Stitch again. If they love me, they'll just remind me and ask, because I am not asking them. And then I would get so whatever. You want to watch Stitch again?
We reminded you and asked, and we watched
I knew Sophia was getting so sad about it, and I was like, hey, we have to, I told her, I was like, we have to watch Stitch right now for Sophia has a mental breakdown.
Stitch makes me cry. Oh, no, that's cute.
Stitch is relatable because of our children that we teach.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, well, okay, yeah.
It was cute. It was cute.
Thank you for acknowledging that. Mm-hmm. And no, you do not have to talk about that.
What?
You didn't notice.
You sniffed. I knew it. Every time she says something self-righteous, she sniffs. Go back to all the podcasts and listen.
Do not find it. Do not look for the sniff.
Sniffing with her nose in the ear.
It's not necessary.
I can't have a turned up nose, okay? Yep, I'll say it for you. And plus, whenever you do the most, which actually I didn't want to do that, so please take that off.
Nope. Now you have to be on the podcast like that.
Can't take it back. Can't put the toothpaste back.
That's why I hate. That's why.
Remember when we first all lived together and we told each other all the things we really liked, like, or not all the things, but like 2 things we really liked about each other and 2 things that really bothered us about each other? We should probably do that again.
No, it got like...
It made me so mad because Sophia started crying. And she got so mad and never wants to relive the moment again. I was just like uncomfortable because like you were angry and you were crying and I was like... I don't like it whenever Sophia gets emotional and Camille gets like in attack mode. It makes me feel very like... I want to tell Camille like... Stop! And I was just like, feel so sad. It's so bad.
We're probably feeling the same emotion, but it's just like how we're expressing
and anger and
negative emotions. And actually, this is actually funny. I've never thought about it just like this, but it just came to me. It's very true. I do the same thing, but with sadness. Like have you all ever seen me like very mad? Think about it. Think about it. I do not get very angry. Do I?
You just turn your nose up and sniff.
Like, yeah. I'm just saying, like, do y'all ever see me like that's not even me. I was like, sometimes, well, I shouldn't say that, but like, sometimes I'm hanging out with people and they're like irritated about this and irritated, and I'm just like, I just don't get mad. Like, and it's
instead of getting mad, like,
I think I just get sad.
You all used to tell me I was dead inside when I was younger. And that I had a heart.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
You used to.
I don't remember that. I do not remember that.
Okay, she doesn't. Yeah.
When you take like the personality types,
when Peyton's like really sad, when I know Peyton's really sad or like teetering on the verge of like depression, she like goes and takes long walks, like long ones.
Ooh, that's if I'm super mad and sad.
Yeah, or like drives to a random parking lot by herself,
or like goes out by herself. Like, then I'm like, okay, well, she needs some time by herself.
Peyton kind of likes alone time. I think it's when Peyton gets quiet that we know something's wrong, because she's never quiet unless she's watching something you aren't. And even then, you're still talking. Tell about service. Tell about service.
She'll be quiet. If me and Peyton sit together in service, it's a disaster because
Camille said, I come to service specifically to talk.
But she'll be fine. Like, we'll be singing. She's fine throughout the singing as soon as the preacher gets up.
Like, I cannot.
The entire message.
I literally tried to stop talking. I promise.
It's because her brain moves so fast, and what the preacher's saying is like triggering thoughts and opinions and like emotions in her, and she just has to like release it right then. And so like, if I'm sitting by her, I'm really good now at what do you call it? Multitasking.
Like listening to her and the preacher.
Like, yeah, I really.
You used to get mad about it though.
Yeah,
because I have a hard time focusing as it is. Yes, I do. I have a very hard time focusing.
Let's talk about what Camille does to us, me and you.
I don't do anything to you.
Anyway, told all the stories except for this one about each other. How Camille tries to not sit by us or walk with us. And we already know we slay when it's the 3 of us.
You know, like when we
walking
it feels
together.
Good. You know, there's 3 of you. If you all have your hair done, you all smell good. You all have your heels on, and you're 3 girls.
And you walk in together, or you stand up together, or you sit together.
Period.
It's not true.
And then Camille always wants to go over there by herself and do her own play by herself.
Like, Camille, come sit by us, and it like irritates the fire out of her, and she goes.
And she goes and sits even farther away.
I don't always try to do that.
The randomest
people to sit with.
And I look at her, I'm like, I know she's bored. Me and Sophia look at her, I know she's bored. I know
we're interested.
I wish she could say something, and she knows they don't even know what she's talking about.
Yes, you don't even go sit with your other friends. You try to do that.
I am with you
a lot of times.
Most of my life.
70% of the time,
I want a break. Sometimes I don't want to sit right in between y'all while y'all like talking nonstop the whole time. If I'm in between y'all, it's nonstop. And
we love that for you.
Okay, sometimes I have a global work that I'm doing. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not being serious. But
she does. It is true.
Well, sometimes I'm trying to reach out to people and I'm trying to make friends and I'm trying to like connect to people. And I feel like if I'm just with them, I can't do it like that. And I like start feeling guilty sometimes that I'm only with them because that's really what I want to be. Well, don't put that on there because then all the young people are going to see that and feel like I don't want to be with them.
Don't get over it.
Okay. Well, just sometimes I feel guilty that I'm always with them because, of course, that's the funnest. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to go spend time with someone else. It's not that I don't want to be with y'all.
But you feel guilty every time. Like, I'm saying, you're with us all the time, like at school and at home. So then you think every time that we go somewhere, you have to be.
And you're trying to make a big deal out of this.
She's just not letting us tell a story about her, and we're really trying to.
Because it was really true.
And it is frustrating, but Camille does do a really good job of reaching out to the people. That is true. And that's like,
I'm not even that good at it.
Sophia is good at it.
No.
All your friends do the most, okay? And love you more than
life. My friends.
And you've rescued
But I'm not good
from
at reaching out to new people. No, I didn't. 1. 2. I wish you never said that. No, I didn't.
She said, first of all, she said one.
Like, oh, I only did 1.
Yeah, no. It sounded like you said 1.
Number 1. Number 2, I wish you didn't say that. Number 3, I'm not good at reaching out to new people like you are.
Well, I'm not good at maintaining that, is the only thing. But hey, that's why we have each other, because we're all good at something else.
We do it as a team. We say, hey, go over there and get them. You know. You talk to them.
And whenever they, like, get them, then, like, you'll see me, like, I will, like, slide in.
Peyton's really good at making them feel like
I'm here
something's funny or like feel comfortable. They're like, okay, Peyton's here. All right, we're good.
I'm not good at making people feel comfortable. That was untrue.
I tried to not Sophia be like. I tried to not be like. I could see how that was true.
Well, maybe comfortable wasn't the right word, but make them feel like it's gonna be okay. Like if they're just by me and Sophia, they think we're gonna like overpower them.
And then
I'm more chill in situations where I don't know people and I don't feel comfortable. I'm gonna be very mellow and very chill.
And I think that comforts people. Like,
and wait until I'm comfortable to start saying anything. Like probably if you met me, I'll probably be very silent.
Yeah, people. We have a friend at school, and she's like, this school Peyton that I know is not the podcast Peyton that I see on camera.
Is she okay? I'm like, yeah,
she's okay. She just takes a while to warm up to people.
And if I don't know someone, I'm going to like not stop talking because I feel so uncomfortable. And then it's like,
Camille shocks us every day when she does that.
Why are you so much better at it? Because I actually like meeting new people.
What do you mean?
Like, why are you so much better at connecting with new people?
I say weird stuff, so it makes them feel comfortable. Like, oh, it's okay if we say weird stuff here.
No, really, it scares me sometimes when I'm with Camille and she meets new people. It actually, like, and she's scared. She told me that I was like, hey, it's so scary. And she said, I scare myself. And I was like, I'm glad we're both scared.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to pop out. I do not know. It's going to be a joke and it's going to be, like, probably mean.
Cool.
We'll work it out.
We're always working it out. It's the struggle,
Saints. All the 3 of y'all, Peyton's the most intimidating, though. Like,
I can see that. Like her aura.
Camille and Sophia are both, like, they're very, like, friendly.
Very short, first of all.
But Peyton's not really
the first
type,
thing.
like,
We're short.
Approach you and be like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily that I'm actually judging every time or just genuinely sitting in my own very uncomfortableness.
That's probably true. You have
so, like I resort to it.
Because you're tall, and then often you have the big afro and like a serious face on,
yeah.
And she's kind of graceful and tall, and just like the way she carries herself. I can say that's very intimidating.
A lot of people say that.
You have a good presence.
But it's like I lose it all immediately as soon as I start laughing. It's like
it's not true.
That was a facade.
No,
that was all fake.
That's not true. That's not true.
I feel like the last part conversation was not interesting.
Well, if it's at least it was at the end. We didn't like chase people away. If they wanted to stay for it, they stayed for it. We really appreciate you all, everybody. that watches like episodes like this where it's just like us being real about ourselves. We're not like, we didn't discuss any deep political, social, or spiritual issues.
Don't ever pause it, because I'm sure we'll all be like
making the worst
terrible face.
And I just made another terrible one. And I tried not to. I said, I tried to get it back.
Talking about Peyton's aura reminds me of how Peyton was like, why do people always smile at you two when we're walking around? And we're like, Peyton, it's because you don't smile at people. And she's like, oh, yes, I do. And we're like, let us watch. So the next time the three of us walking together, one of the few times Camille was walking with us, may I add, Peyton, we passed a person and Peyton was like, see, I smiled at them. And me and Camille looked at her and we said, that was a smile. So Peyton just has a very
beautiful smile.
She just doesn't waste it. She's very careful with it
all the time.
She just has a very serious aura. Anyway, back to you all. We appreciate you all so much. In the comments, we love the interaction. Everybody that gives a thumbs up, everybody that subscribes, everybody that just watches. We really appreciate you all being here on our journey. As we always say, we've changed a lot. I'm sure we have a lot more growing to do.
I mean, just like the hairdos.
You know, even the hair. Like, we learned so many things.
Oh yeah, shout out to Peyton for the braids.
And sleigh braids. Shout out before we go to our production team who do their best to make us look good every time. Christine and Judith, we love y'all. Y'all are the best. You all know what time it is. Peace, love, and hair grease.